Hi, welcome to Thomas Turner Fishing Antiques, and today we're talking Farlow brass winches. Now, Farlow is a very popular topic with us, having previously had connections with the firm. Director Richard Hewitt was the past chairman of theirs. So we have an interest in Farlow reels, even apart from their collectability. Today we're going to look at some of the early winches that they produced pre-1900. So we'll look at turn of the century winches, which again are quite affordable, and they're very easily missed as Farlow items. Now, Farlow, as you may or may not know, have a fish logo which stayed with them for many years. So some of the later reels, whilst being not named, would have generally on the foot blade a small imprint of a salmon. So even if the reel wasn't named externally otherwise, you could pick that up as a Farlow reel. Places that Farlows stamp the reels: on the back and on the front. Occasionally you'll find one stamped on the foot, but that was generally more involved with their wooden reels in Nottingham pattern, which they wouldn't stamp the star back, but all the details which would be along the foot, the 191 strand address, was very good. But the star in the pile here, if you're a relatively fresh collector, you probably wouldn't know. You may pick on this, you may pick on this, you may pick on this, but it's this one. The reason it's this one, apart from being a multiplier, this has the very early 221 address on it. Now, prior to moving to 191 strand, Farlows for about 5 or 6 years, 1845 to 1851, had the 221 address. It is really rare that you're going to pick up a 221 reel. If we were to say that a very similar reel, this, which is a single action, this is a multiplier, and the easy way to identify a multiplier is that the crank arm is always offset from the central boss. So when you look at that from a distance, that's 99% probably going to be a single wind, and if you look at this from a distance, that's 99.9% going to be a multiplier. Multipliers are rarer, or more rare, than single action reels. That's the door. So this is a 2¼ inch model. It has some of the finish, but it has the 221 London address on it. So value-wise, if we were to say that a little winch like this, lovely little raised check housing, so your cogs and your caliper checks are all inside this, beautiful working little model, it's all correct in size and shape, and it has a 5-pin foot, which normally indicates around the 1850s period onwards. If that had a value of 150, 200 pounds in that condition, fabulous. However, because this has the 221 address, this launches the reel into the 4-figure sum, so this is probably £1,000 plus. You will rarely see them. They are definitely worth looking for because they were made. They're a production reel. It wasn't a case of they made one. So when you're looking around for your Farlow reels, you'll see a lot of plate winds, which is this, where the whole revolving plate turns on the front. You'll see a lot of them engraved on the front, a lot engraved on the rear. You will see less of the little crank winds with the raised check housings. So look at little check housings on there, both with 3 screws, so the check mechanism is fitted externally on the reel. And you will see even less of the 221 address. So that's the address to remember, 221. 191 came later. If you're generally looking for information or want to research it in depth, the early Farlow's catalogues are great. You'll see quite a few of these, less of these, and less of the pre-1880s ones. They're rare and hard to find. However, to save you a lot of work, you can buy the Farlow's 175th anniversary books. Fabulous leather-bound volumes. They come with a fly hand-tied in the front. Each one's numbered, series of 250. This is number 6. They're beautifully presented with the history of Farlow's from old times, including the warrant, to modern date. So it's a great way to learn relatively quickly about Farlow's history. If you don't want to buy that amount of money, they're about £49. There is a paperback version which is almost sold out. I think they're about £13. So for value for money wise, get yourself some knowledge, get yourself some Farlow reels. They're great collectibles. They're only going up, so they're safe. So if you have anything similar, if you have any questions or any reels that you don't quite understand, drop us an email, give me a call. My name's John Stevenson, and we'll happily help you out. I'm going to get the door now.